Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to join us in this weekly Buddhist Newsreel on TP online channel. Hereafter, 4 major headlines of Buddhist activities of the week. Buddhist Association of China's leader congratulates the success of 9th Buddhist Congress. Ho Chi Minh City Public Security Director pays courtesy visit to Chairman of the Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. Inauguration of the 17th International Tipitaka Chanting Ceremony at BODHGAYA, India. Weekly News Digest of Buddhist Social Charity and Activities. The following are the news in details. On the occasion of the recent success of the 9th National Buddhist Congress, the Most Venerable Association Leader of Buddhist Association of China, BCA, sent a congratulatory letter to Most Venerable TIPITAKA, Chairman of the Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. Hereafter are the details.
Congratulation letter from Most Venerable Association Leader of Buddhist Association of China, BCA. Dear Elder Patriarch TIPITAKA, Chairman of the Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. Upon the good news, the 9th National Buddhist Congress of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha has proceeded smoothly. Elder Patriarch TIPITAKA once again was honored the Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. On behalf of all members of the Buddhist Association of China, and on my personal behalf, I would like to send my best regards to Elder Patriarch TIPITAKA with warm congratulations. The two countries, Vietnam and China, share the same mountain range and river, and the two Buddhist countries have the same vows, and the Buddhist communication between the two countries has a long and continuous history. Elder Patriarch TIPITAKA has always been very supportive of the organization of exchange activities between the Buddhist community of Vietnam and China. In October 2018, Elder Patriarch TIPITAKA led the delegation of Vietnamese Buddhists and Dharma friends to the 5th World Buddhist Forum held in Fujian, China. In the speech at the forum, the Elder Patriarch affirmed, Buddhism plays a very important role in the communication between countries with different cultures in the world. In May 2019, the Buddhist Association of China was also extremely honored to be invited by Elder Patriarch TIPITAKA to Vietnam to participate in celebration the 16th United Nations Vesak Day and receive a very warm welcome. We also hope that in the future, under the leadership and support of the Elder Patriarch TIPITAKA, the friendship between the two countries' Buddhist followers will become more solid. The cooperation between Buddhist organizations will become stronger. The closer the two countries' religions become, the richer and more lively the communication between the two countries' Buddhist communities are. On this occasion, once again, we congratulate Elder Patriarch TIPITAKA on assuming the role of Chairman of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. We wish the Elder Patriarch a healthy body and lucid mind, a happy Dharma, a prosperous Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. The friendship between the two Buddhist countries of Vietnam and China has taken a new step in the future. Beijing, December 1st, 2022. Association Leader of the Buddhist Association of China, Most Venerable Elder Patriarch TIPITAKA.
On the occasion of the 9th National Buddhist Congress, which had just been held successfully, Major General Lê Hồng Nam, Director of the City Public Security Department, led the delegation to visit and congratulate the Most Venerable TIPITAKA, Chairman of Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, on the afternoon of December 4th, 2022.
Major General Lê Hồng Nam graciously talked with the Most Venerable Chairman and congratulated the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha on the success of the 9th Congress, approving many important contents of the Sangha, venerating the 4th Dharma, prelate and electing the Most Venerable TIPITAKA, to be reappointed the chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, parochial council cum head of the monastic affairs section of Central Committee of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. He also expressed his joy that Ho Chi Minh City is the residence of the Dharma prelate and the chairman of the Vietnamese Buddhist Sangha. On behalf of the city public security, he wished the most venerable chairman good health to be continued to lead the Sangha and Buddhist monks and nuns and Buddhists to live a good and beautiful life. Warmly receiving the delegation, the most venerable chairman thanks Major General Lê Hồng Nam and the City Police Directorate for taking the time to visit and congratulate the success of the 9th Congress. It affirms the close and harmonious relationship between the state and the Sangha. With this special affection, the most venerable hoped that the City Police Directorate would continue to pay attention and support in terms of public security to help the Sangha carry out Buddhist undertaking in the future. On this occasion, the Venerable Master sent his best wishes to Major General Lê Hồng Nam and officers of the city public security, peace of mind, and well completion of the mandatory tasks.
Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, we are now at BODHGAYA, India. The international TP.HCM chanting ceremony takes place here every year, but it has to be postponed for 2 years because of the COVID-19 epidemic. Today, the ceremony is about to take place with the participation of more than 10 countries around the world. Now we invite you to come with the visuals of the ceremony before the opening time. Especially, this is the delegation group from Vietnam.
The tradition of reciting the sutras has been preserved since the time of the Buddha, helping generations of his disciples to remember, practice, and attain enlightenment. During 10 days of reciting the Pali Tripitaka, the ladies of the Buddha lived together fully with the Buddha's noble Dharma study and practice throughout the great event. The merit of this recitation is dedicated and pray for world peace and inner harmony. This is an event of great significance of world Buddhism, held right under the Bodhi tree, where the Buddha attained unsurpassed perfect enlightenment to celebrate the Buddha's enlightenment. This year's great recitation of Pali Tripitaka, hosted by Vietnam as a great sponsor, gathers disciples from 11 countries: Vietnam, Laos, Thailand, Myanmar, India, Cambodia, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and international delegates. The opening ceremony was also honored to welcome Mr. Ramnath Kovind, the 14th former President of India, to attend and deliver a welcome speech. His Excellency Thadang Tuku Rinpoche, founding President of the Light of Buddha Dharma Foundation International, India, LBDFI, also sent a message to welcome the celebration and was read by his daughter, Wamo Dixie, at the opening ceremony under the Bodhi tree. The Light of Buddha Dharma Foundation, LBDFI, has a four-part strategy to fulfill its mission to develop the Buddha Dharma in India, namely, to support the international chanting ceremonies within the motherland of the Dharma, bringing the international Sangha back to India, to work on the pilgrimage circuit, beautifying the ancient places of pilgrimage, to create training programs for Indian monks, and to print Dharma materials. Venerable Dr. Dhammapiya, General Secretary of the International Buddhist Confederation, IBC, also greeted at the opening ceremony. In the evening, the aggregation listened to the Sangha's Dharma talk on Buddhist teachings to review the teachings of the Buddha under the Bodhi tree. The first Dharma talk on the content of Dhamma Cakrapravatana Sutra was given by Most Venerable Pháp Tông, patron of the organizing committee, vice head of Thừa Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board, head of the provincial managing section of Theravada Buddhism, and abbot of Huyền Không Pagoda, Thừa Province, on the evening of December 3rd, 2022. The Most Venerable said that turning the wheel of Dharma is the name given to the world after systematizing the teachings of the Buddha, because it was the first sutta to motivate the wheel of Dharma, The Buddha preached on the middle path with the two main contents. First, it is to give up to extreme negative lifestyle, indulgence in sensual pleasures and asceticism. The second is learning to understand the path to enlightenment and to practice to escape suffering. The Buddha introduced the path out of suffering, including four truths related to suffering: suffering phenomena, the cause of suffering, the way out of suffering, and the path of practice to get rid of suffering. The Four Noble Truths are the most important content of Buddhism, along with two other contents: dependent origination and non-self. The content of this Ju Unfallen talks about the nature of birth and death that creates the true cauldron supporting poles of Buddhist thoughts. All enlightened beings must realize these three awareness, the most venerable emphasized. Accordingly, the most venerable delivered a sermon to the congregation on each of the above-mentioned contents of the Dhamma Cakrapravatana Sutra. The most venerable also said that after this Dhamma talk, the Dhamma continued to talk about non-self. Therefore, the monastic hermits can see two other Dharma natures, the non-self in the composite and the dependent origination of the phenomena of body and mind. At the end of the Buddha's second Dharma talk, the five Brahmin brothers understood the three Dharma natures, so they became arahants. The Buddha's teachings in the Ju Unfallen Sutra were shared by the most venerable with the venerable monks and Buddhists right under the sacred Bodhi tree, where the Buddha attained enlightenment within the framework of this great festival. Before that, the entire aggregation chanted the Dhamma Cakrapravatana Sutra together at the opening ceremony on the afternoon of December 2nd, 2022.
Next is the weekly news digest of charity activities of Buddhist Sangha.
On the morning of December the 4th, 2022, nearly 1,000 people participated in the program Walking Together for the Poor in 2022 from Lý Thường Kiệt Friar Dormitory in District 10, Ho Chi Minh City for nearly 2 kilometers. The program is jointly organized by the District Party Committee, the People's Committee, the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee, and the Fundraising Committee for the Poor of District 10. The Fund for the Poor has received nearly 4.7 billion Vietnam dong to carry out activities to take care of the local poor people on the occasion of the Lunar New Year 2023. The Ho Chi Minh City Buddhist Parochial Board donated 500 million Vietnam dong. Giác Ngộ Pagoda donated 155 million Vietnam dong with a volunteer response of more than 100 volunteer members. On this occasion, the organizing committee gave 50 dead gifts to support the poor on the occasion of Lunar New Year 2023, December the 6th. On December the 4th, 2022, Hiếu Mu Ni Van Sa Pagoda Charity Society Tôn Yon inaugurated Phước Đức Bridge, number 3, 4, and 5 in Thành Lộc Commune, Châu Thành District, Kiên Giang Province, and presented 300 gifts to support the poor and visually impaired people. Each gift is worth 400,000 Vietnam dong. Venerable Yen Ut said the construction of the two bridges started in Thành Lộc Commune on June 18, 2022, of which Phước Đức number 3 bridge was 27 meters long with a construction cost of 320 million Vietnam dong, and Phước Đức number 4 bridge 40 meters in length with a construction cost of 550 million Vietnam dong. On this occasion, the charity team also inaugurated Phước Đức number 5 bridge, 28 meters in length, completed just after 2 weeks of construction with a cost of 350 million Vietnam dong in Vĩnh Thông Ward, Rạch Giá City. Up to now, the Tôn Yon Pagoda Charity Society has built 6 rural traffic bridges bearing the Khmer-style architecture in Thành Lộc Commune. The bridge construction cost was donated by the Buddhist family of TIòng Anh from the U.S. and Buddhists near and far. On the morning of December the 3rd, 2022, nuns and Buddhists at Vé Pagoda, Hải Phòng City, gave charity gifts to support the students at Sùng Giang Primary School in MINH District, Haiyan Province. The charity team gave more than 800 warm clothes, confectionery, and school supplies to semi-boarding students at Songjiang Kindergarten. The charity team also donated 1 ton of rice, warm socks, woolen clothes, winter shield blankets for students there. The charity team also gave 300 gifts for necessities to support the people. Each part is worth 500,000 Vietnam dong and handed over 2 almshouses to 2 households in extremely difficult circumstances. Each almshouse is worth 50 million Vietnam dong. On this occasion, the charity team also supported the charity meals for semi-boarding students at Songjiang's preschool, elementary, and secondary school. The total amount for this voluntary charity is roughly 388 million Vietnam dong. On the afternoon of December the 4th, 2022, the Union of Patriotic Monks of Giacou District, U Pháp Pagoda, Ho Chi Minh City, and local authorities inaugurated U Pháp Bình An No. 6 Bridge in Tập Sơn Commune, Giacou District, Giám Province. After 2 months of construction, U Pháp Bình An Bridge No. 6, 25 meters in length, was put into use. The bridge construction cost is 250 million Vietnam dong, of which 170 million Vietnam dong comes from U Pháp Pagoda. The District Union of Patriotic Monks supported 80 million Vietnam dong, and local people contributed in kind by mandates to the construction. On this occasion, the charity team also gave 25 gifts to support local people. Each gift is worth 500,000 Vietnam dong. Over the past time, the blood donation movement at Giác Ngộ Pagoda has received a positive response from a large number of Buddhist monks and nuns. This activity has contributed to the emergency and treatment of patients. After 64 blood donation programs participated by over 28,000 volunteers, it was reported to have 23,000 successful blood donors. The 64th humanitarian blood donation program was held on the morning of December the 3rd, 2022 at Giác Ngộ Pagoda, Ho Chi Minh City, in collaboration with NGAY Hospital. The program received 256 units of 350 milliliter and 450 milliliter of blood donated to the blood bank. Blood donors can register online or in person and get a general health check before donating blood and certificate after a successful blood donation.
Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news has signed off this weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSO TV channel. Nam Mô Sakya Muni Buddha.